Oh gosh, how do you choose a favorite? They're all so critical, I think, to your feeling good about your work.
Q10 is I have a best friend at work, and that is one that always gets a little bit of side eye. People think it's not important or not related to engagement.
Yeah, that's definitely one that I think at first we're like, well, of course not, and then you hear about like
It has really important outcomes related to safety and retention and things like that. But yeah, people always ask to take it off, and we can't take off Q10, the best friend.
I attended a leadership conference. We learned about what's going on in various other municipalities, and so there was a point in the conference where it was kind of asked, do you feel as though you're being heard at work? And a lot of the feedback we got was like, no, it's like closed doors, siloed, things like that. And I'm kind of sitting there just thinking to myself, like, Sequim is in this awesome position that every year we do an annual survey, the Gallup survey, and it gives us not only the opportunity to share our experiences, but to kind of really actually gauge how we're doing on those things year over year.
When we first rolled it out, it took a lot of encouragement, reminding people to do it, following up with managers. And then the next year we rolled it out, people were like, it was shorter this year. And it was not at all shorter. It was the exact same survey.
It's not just a survey, right?
I had been exposed to employee satisfaction surveys before, and asking employees what they want and what they need, and that's a good thing, but really understanding the difference between satisfaction and engagement, and how engagement is tied to outcomes.
And I think that's the important part about at least what the City of Sequim's doing with their Gallup survey, is they're not just using it as a temperature check or a read the room. It's a way to craft what can we improve? What can we do better?
We got a lot of feedback about our staff evaluations. There were a lot of feelings attached to them about fairness and not understanding the process, and so it led to focus groups talking about what are we trying to do with this evaluation. And so we redid the entire form. It has not come up again in any other Gallup discussions. Not to say we couldn't improve still, but I think that's just a really cool one because it touches everyone in the organization.
Let's see, a favorite question. Do you have the resources and tools available for you to do your job? And I think I've always answered that one as a 5, because even if I think maybe at first it was probably like a 3, 4, in there, but after the surveys have happened, it's always been a 5, and I don't know if that's just a recent change or whatever, but it's been like, whatever you guys need to really get your job done, like, let's go out and do it. And if there's ever something that does come up, I feel very confident that we can go and ask, or we can say, hey, no, it's not, and then the follow-up would be, well, what do you need?
This is an organization that really wants to develop people, have them do their best every day, to grow in their roles, to feel satisfied. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we hear from people and hear about their needs and what their ideas are to help make this place better for them, and again, ultimately for the larger city.
The work that we do is not for us. The work that we do is for the community. If we're able to have a strong culture and we're able to have, the resources and tools we need to provide a better, service for the city, makes the city better, which in turn, how do we make it better for the community?